Paso County now following in the footsteps of Colorado Springs, enacting a homeless camping ban of its own. That ordinance, now in effect, was passed last month. County commissioners say they received complaints from homeowners and businesses in the county that some of the city's homeless campers had moved into the neighborhoods. Officials with the El Paso County Sheriff's Office say they've been working to educate homeless campers about their options. Sheriff Terry Makita says he doesn't anticipate having to ticket anyone.
And right now, I just don't see it as an overwhelming problem, but the education that has taken place, the fact that we now have a resolution or ordinance in place that is consistent with city, it gives us the ability to enforce it before it becomes a problem.
County commissioners say the ordinance is similar to that of the cities. They say they've already reached out to the homeless campers, offering information on where they can find housing or jobs. Meanwhile, a homeless outreach program in Colorado Springs celebrating a big achievement after the city passed its no camping ordinance. The group Homeward Pikes Peak has found jobs for 100 campers in 100 days. Officials with the program say all hired employees are still working, and if they each make just minimum wage, they'll earn $36,000 in sales tax revenue for the city each year. The group holding an official celebration tomorrow at the Aztec. Colorado State Patrol identifies the Fort Carson soldier killed in an auto accident earlier this week as 28-year-old Sergeant John DeLong of Gainesville, Georgia. The single vehicle rollover accident happened late Sunday near the intersection of Bradley and Meridian Roads. DeLong was ejected from his truck after it rolled and pronounced dead on scene. Drugs and alcohol are not suspected to have played a part. Colorado's case of the missing moon rocks is solved thanks to an inquisitive college student. The rock, given to the state's governor John Vanderhoof in 1974, went missing a few years later. Flash forward to present day, the rocks are still missing, but now they've all been returned. This thanks to a group of college students who were on the hunt. Recently, the former governor received a call from one of the students asking him if he knew what happened to the rocks. Turns out he did. Vanderhoof said he had the rocks in a plaque in his home for the last 20 years, that he even called to a museum to donate them at one time. Another set of moon rocks that were also missing were found in storage at the State's History Museum about 10 years ago. They are currently on display. A California woman suing internet search giant Google over what she calls unsafe walking directions. Lauren Rosenberg says she was following directions provided by Google Maps when she was struck by a car in Park City, Utah. She claims the directions led her down a busy road with no sidewalks. Rosenberg was using a mobile version of Google Maps that does not have a disclaimer about possible missing sidewalks. The web version of the map application, however, does have that disclaimer. 6:32, and if you're out taking a walk this morning, it's not a bad start to the day. Looking back at our highs from yesterday, before the clouds rolled in, we climbed into the 80s in the Springs Pueblo. We had some low 90s in the southeastern plains. In the San Luis Valley, we had a high of 76 yesterday afternoon in Alamosa, where the current temperature is in the upper 30s. We've got 30s in Leadville, some 40s out to the west, and then you head east. We have some clouds, some moisture, and that's kept the temperatures in the 50s. 51 in the Springs now, 53 Pueblo. The hot spot, La Junta, at 60 degrees. Now, the wind speeds are generally on the light side. Most of us in the single digits, even calm around Trinidad. The breeze right now, Springfield at 12 miles an hour. But that front is pushed through, and as we go throughout the day, we expect to see a little bit of a southeasterly breeze at maybe 10 to 20, 25 miles an hour. And that's going to keep us with some moisture up against the mountains here in the clouds. Slight chance of a shower or storm this afternoon as some upper level energy slides through. But you'll notice today the temperatures are a lot cooler, from the 60s in the 9 o'clock hour to the low to mid 70s by lunchtime, and 70s and low 80s for a drive home this evening at 5 o'clock. Enjoy it while it lasts, because the heat is on as we head to the weekend. We'll talk more about that forecast in a few minutes. That's how the skies look this morning. How do the roads look? Let's get a check of traffic. So far, so good on area roads. Here's a look at the east side of town. Platte Power seeing our volume, but typical for this time of the morning, but no accidents to report. Next, weather and traffic together on the 2s here at 6:42.